The following is a lecture given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 11th, 1975, in Durban, South Africa.
The word dharma, as it is explained in the English dictionary, a kind of faith. Actually, dharma does not mean that. Dharma means your occupational duty, the characteristic. Everything has got characteristic. Just as this microphone, the characteristic of microphone is to vibrate the sound loudly. This is dharma. If simply the microphone is there and it does not act to produce the sound loudly, then it is out of its dharma or out of order. Try to understand what is dharma. There are many other examples. Just like water. Water is liquid, everyone knows. But sometimes water becomes solid, ice, under certain circumstances. But that is not his dharma. To remain liquid is dharma. Therefore, sometimes water, even it is transformed into solid ice, it melts, again wants to become water. This is dharma. So, what is our dharma? We human beings. There is no question of any sect, any nation, or any party. No. As human beings. As human beings or living beings. What is our dharma? Dharma is to render service. Every one of us is rendering service. As a family man is rendering service, as a society man, as a national, everyone is, whatever, or occupation, as a medical man, you are also offering your service. As engineer, you are offering your service. Or any other businessman, you are also, sometimes businessmen, they hang this signboard. Our first business is to offer you service. So everyone is engaged in giving service to somebody else. This is called dharma. Basic principle of dharma. So, what is our dharma, living entity? Our dharma is to render service. But we are rendering service, but no. We are rendering service not rightly, but wrong. Therefore you are not satisfied. There are many examples, just like in our country Mahatma Gandhi, he was here. He gave so much service. He gave service in India. But what was the return? The return was he was killed by his countrymen. This is the return. Practical. The return was that he wanted to establish non-violence, and his countrymen proved that non-violence cannot go on. You must die by violence. This is material world, that however you may render service to your family, to your country, to your friend, to anyone, he will never be satisfied. Rather, when he is dissatisfied, he will kill it. This is material. So my occupational duty is to render service to somebody. But I cannot satisfy that somebody. This is material work. To go on giving service. But you will never be able to satisfy to the person to whom you are giving service. This is material work. So what is the defect? The defect is that my business is to render service to the Supreme Lord, which is misplaced in so many ways. In so many ways, I am giving service to my society, to my friend, to my community, to my nature, and so on, so on. That is misplaced. Your duty is to render service to Krishna or God, but that is being misplaced. Therefore you are not satisfied, neither the person to whom you are giving service, they are also not satisfied. This is the material world. Therefore Krishna comes. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bhava. Dharmasya again. What is that dharma? To render service. When there is discrepancy to render service, then Krishna comes to teach you how you should render service. So we have created so many platforms of service. They are not giving us a satisfaction, neither to the person, nor to me. So Krishna comes to rectify it. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati. This is glani. This service is misplaced. Then what is to be done? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. This is service. This is wanted. All other service, I have given you already the example. Who can give better service than Mahatma Gandhi? Who can become such honest man, ideal man? He was addressed as Mahatma. Still his service was not recognized. He was killed. So that is the result of material service. Therefore Krishna said that this kind of service rendering will never satisfy you. Neither the party will be satisfied. You give up all this wrong engagement. You give service to me. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vaha. Then I give up so many duties. I have got, yes, you can give up. No, I will be involved in sinful activities because I am giving all other service. Yes. Aham tva sarva papi bhavakhasya. I shall give you protection. Don't bother, don't worry. This is the sum and substance of the instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. And we have to learn it. Then our life will be successful. In every respect, we can render service. In all positions, we can render service to Krishna. And that is being taught here. Sese karmani abhirata. You are a medical man, you are giving service, you can also be engaged in giving service to Krishna. Sese karmani. Or you are a businessman, or you are an engineer, whatever you may. Sese karmani. Everyone has got a particular type of duty engagement, that is dharma. Sese karmani abhirata samsiddhi labate nara. He can become perfect. Samsiddhi labate nara. Sakarma nirata siddhim jatha vindati tatsinu. I will explain to you, Krishna says. Now this sakarma, of course now we are engaged in so many different types of duties. But the Vedic civilization, there are 4 divisions of social society and 4 divisions of spiritual life. It is called Varna and Ashram. 4 Varnas means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is social arrangement. And spiritual arrangement, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. So we are known, advertised as Hindu. Actually, there is no such word in the whole Vedic literature, Hindu. It is a name given by the Mohammedans on account of the river Sindhu. They pronounce Sa as Ho. So the Sindhu was mispronounced as Hindu, and the side of this side of Indus River who resided, they are called by the Mohammedans as Hindus. The Hindu name is given by the Mohammed. Actually, our dharma is Varnashram dharma. 4 Varnas and 4 Ashrama. That is the real name. Varnashram dharmi. The whole Vedic culture is dependent on Varnashram. It is meant for everyone, not that it is meant for Indians only. No. 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. So how these 4 Varnas are recognized? That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahmana. This side must go. The first Varna is Brahmana. Brahmana is the head of the Varnas, social arrangement. So, Brahmana, first of all, it is said, not here, in the 18th chapter, and the, I think 4th chapter, Chaturvarnan maya system gunadharma vibhaga. The Chaturvarna, the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, they are created by me according to guna and karma, quality and action. One is designated, here is an engineer. This engineer is not by birthright, because my father is an engineer, so I become an engineer. No. You must have the qualification of the engineer. That is called guna. If you simply say that I am a son of an engineer, therefore you must accept me as engineer, that is not accepted. Have you got qualification of engineer? If he says yes, then consider it. So guna. Then I have got guna, but I do not practice it. Suppose I have passed medical examination, but I do not practice, so nobody will call me a doctor. I must practice. I must cure patient. Then I will be known as medical practitioner. So guna karma vibhaga. Not only quality, but also practice. So what are the gunas? The gunas are described in the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is there. Simply we have to study thoroughly and understand it thoroughly. Then the whole human society will be in peace. And they will make progress not only in this life, but in the next life also. Therefore it is said, samsiddhi labate nara, sesi karoni nirata, samsiddhi labate nara. What is that samsiddhi? Mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasratam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhi labati. That is samsiddhi. The samsiddhi means, perfection of life means that this life we shall act in such a way that next life, after giving up this body, we have to give up this body. But we should not give up this body like cats and dogs. That is human civilization. The cats and dogs, they also give up their body. And if we also give up our body like cats and dogs, that is not a success of life. That is failure of life. Prahlad Maharaj said that Durlava Manasam Janma Tadapi Adhurvam Arthagam. Durlava, this human form of life, is Durlava. Durlava, Du means difficult, and Lava means gain. After many millions of years of evolution process, we get this human form of life. That is the nature's. Prakite kilomanani gunai karmani sarvas. We are being carried by the laws of nature. So this human form of life is very durlava, very rarely got. Durlava manasana janma, paumaravacharit prajna dharmana bhagavataniya, durlava manasana janma tadopi adhurvam arthadam. This is the version of Prahlad Maharaj. He was preaching Krishna consciousness among his school friends because he was born in a demon's father's family, Hiranyakashipu. He was stopped uttering even Krishna. He could not get any opportunity in the palace, so when he was coming to his school, at the tiffin hour, he would call his small friend, 5 years old, and he would preach this Bhagavad Dharma. And the friends would say, my dear Prahlad, we are now children. Oh, what is the use of this Bhagavad Dharma? Let us play. Now he said, no. Komaro achadet pragya dharman bhagavatani durlabhavamanusam. My dear friends, don't say that we keep it aside for cultivating Krishna consciousness in old age. No. Durlabha. We do not know when we shall die. Before the next death, we must complete this Krishna consciousness education. That is the aim of human life. Otherwise, we are losing the opportunity. So, everyone wants to live forever, but nature will not allow that. That's a fact. We may think very independent, but we are not independent. We are under the stringent laws of nature. A young man, you cannot say that I will not become old man. No, you must become. That is the law of nature. And if you say I will not die, no, you must die. This is law of nature. So we are therefore the mudhas. We do not know practically what is the law of nature. Prakite kilomanani gunai karamani sarvasa ahankaro vimura atma kartaham iti mannate. Everything is being pulled down by the laws of material nature, and still, because we are so full and rested, we are thinking independent. This is our folly. This is our folly. We do not know what is the aim of life, how Prakriti, nature is carrying us, how we can protect ourselves from the problems of life. We are busy in solving the temporary problems of life, just like dependence or independence. These are temporary problems. Actually, we are not independent. We are dependent on the laws of nature. And suppose we become independent, so-called independent, for a few days. That is not independence. Real independence is how to get out of the clutches of this material law. Therefore Krishna presents before you the problem amongst, we have got so many problems, but that is temporary. Real problem is, Krishna says, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. A man of knowledge should always keep in the front the real problem. What is that? Birth, death, old age and disease. This is your real problem. So, the human life is meant for solving these four problems: birth, death, old age and disease. And that can be done by Krishna consciousness. So, we are pushing on this Krishna consciousness movement to solve the ultimate problems of life. So our request is that you take this Krishna consciousness movement very seriously and solve the ultimate problems of life. And that problems of life can be solved simply by understanding Krishna. Simply by understanding Krishna. Janma karmam dibbam me jujanati tattata taptat diham punarjanmanati mamiti kaunteya. This is the solution of problem. Then what will be the benefit, mamiti, by going back to home, back to Krishna? Na mamupeta tu kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam nabhuvanti. Mamupeta tu kaunteya samsiddhi lavate para. This is Sanskrit. That anyone who comes back to me, Krishna says, then dukkhalayam asasatam nabhuvanti. He does not get again birth in this material world, which is dukkhalayam asasatam. Krishna certifies about this world as dukkhalayam, the place of miseries. And we are trying to be happy. This is our illusion. You cannot be happy in this material world. Tell me if anyone is happy. Nobody is happy. The problem, only problem, beginning from the womb of mother up to the again, next death, simply problem. This is material life. Therefore Krishna says, Mamupetu tu kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam nabhuvanti. He does not come again. That is the solution. That is samsiddhi lavate mana. So, the society must be divided as suggested in Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literature, that chaturvarnam maya system guna karma vibhaga. There must be 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. Ideal. Then you may be a Shudra, you may be a Grihastha, you may be a Brahmana. Everyone will get salvation. Everyone attain the perfection if we adopt this process. So there must be one class of men, first class men, idea, that people will learn that here is an ideal class of men. Let me try to imitate or follow them. But there is no ideal man at the present moment. Everyone is Shudra. Kalo Shudra Sambhava. Then how the society will be happy? It is not possible. Because there is no ideal man. So, here Krishna says that we should create, we should educate a section of men who are by Brahmana, by Guna and Karma, not by birth. Then society will be happy. Sama, Dama, this is the Brahminical qualification. Sama, Dama, Tapas, Saucham, Khanti, Ajavameva, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma Karma Sabhava. So our this Krishna consciousness movement is that for the time being we are trying to create a section of men, not from India, not from Hindus. Krishna never said that these things can be done only in India and amongst our section, the Hindu. No. It is open for everyone. It is open for everyone. Just like if you start an engineering college, does it mean that it is meant for Hindus or Muslims or a certain nationality? No. It should be open for everyone. Anyone who wants to become a Brahman, he can become Brahman. Of course, the conservative class of men, they come to fight with us there. How you are making Brahmanas from the European and American people, they are intellectuals and Java. No, that is not Shastric Indian. Shastric Indian is there. It is spoken by Narada Muni, not ordinary person, but the great authority Narada. He was instructing about this Varnashram Dharma to Maharaj Yudhishthira, and he said, he summarized, my dear king, Jassahi jad lakshanam proktam varnabhi banjakam jadi annatra vidisheta tattenaiva vinidishet. This is the instruction. So here is the lakshana, symptoms. He is Brahman. Sama. Sama means controlling the sense, controlling the mind. In every circumstances, the mind is steady. That is called Sama. And Dhamma means senses, controlling the senses. My tongue is dried up, asking for a cigarette. Now, if I am Brahmana, then I shall say, no, you cannot smoke. That is Dhamma. That is Dhamma. His senses may dictate me. We are now at the present moment, we are all servants of the senses. I have already explained that our real occupational duty is to become servant. So instead of becoming servant of Krishna, we are now servant of our senses. This is our material life. So, if you, instead of becoming servant of the senses, if you become master of the senses, then you are a Brahman. Then you are a Brahman. Not that you remain a servant of the senses, and because you are born in a Brahmin family, you remain a Brahmin. This is miscalculation. This is not allowed. Therefore Krishna says, Sama Dhamma Stapa. This Sama Dhamma, how it can be practiced without tapasya? It is so easy thing that you can control your mind and senses, but with tapasya. You must agree. That is human life. Tapo dibbang putrakajena suddhita satta. Rishabdev was advising his sons, my dear boys, this human form of life is meant for tapasya. Tapo. What for tapasya? Dibbam, to realize the Supreme Deva. Why it is required? Tapo dibbang putraka jena suddheta satya. Your existence will be purified. If you practice tapasya, now what is my existence? Am I impure? Yes, therefore you are dying. Otherwise you are eternal. Na hannate hannamane sarire. You will be eternal. But you are dying. You are subject to death because your existence is impure. Therefore, tapo dibbam putrakanena suddhe. Jasma brahma sokham manantam. If you want really blissful life eternally, then you must come to the eternal existential position, platform. Tato brahma sokham anantam. To become happy, to become joyful, that is your right, because you are part and parcel of Krishna, God. He is Satchidananda Vigraha. You are part and parcel. So, you are now fallen. You are trying to get that blissful life, but you are trying falsely. Falsely in a platform where there is dukkha, sadam. It is not possible. You come to the spiritual platform. You come to your original consciousness. Then your satta, your existence will be purified and you enjoy. Enjoyment is your right. So, therefore, this samadama can be practiced provided you agree to execute tapasya. Tapasya. Therefore, in this Krishna consciousness movement, we are training these boys, anyone. It doesn't matter what he is. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling. This is tapasya. Those who have practiced this bad habit, for them it will be very difficult. Very difficult. Yes, one of our godbrother went to preach in London, and Lord Jetland, he was talking with him, and he said, Goswamiji, can you make me a Brahmin? So he said, yes, why not? You give up these 4 bad habits. And he said, it is impossible. He said clearly, it is impossible. This is our life. But at the present moment, these boys, hundreds and thousands of boys, they are giving up this practice. This is called tapasya. Hundreds and thousands. They have agreed. I have not bribed them, I am poor Indian. But they have agreed. Yes. They are actually practicing no illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating, and no intoxication. They do not smoke it. Don't take tea. This is called tapasya. So, samadama, Brahminical first qualification, can be practiced provided you agree to undergo tapasya. Tapa. And then it is not very difficult. Not that because these boys, European, American boys, have given up this bad habit, they are dying for it. No. Rather, their parents, their countrymen say, they are bright faces. When they chant on the street, they have become surprised, their fathers. And some of the fathers, they come to thank me. Swamiji, it is our great fortune that you have come to us. Because they know that how their sons are being rectified from the LSD habit. Professor Judah has written a book, very nice book, appreciating that how this LSD man could become Krishna conscious servant of Krishna. So it is, everything is possible, provided you agree. Tapasya. Samadama tapas. Then shaucha. Very clean. Everyone must take bath thrice daily and wash the cloth. This is shaucha, external shaucha. So they are doing that. They are rising early in the morning at 3:30 and taking bath. In this country, they don't even require hot water. In cold water. Shaucha, very clean. Samadama tapasaucham khanti, tolerance. Khanti, ajamam, simplicity. Khanti ajamam evacha, jnanam, knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge that I am not this body. This is knowledge. And if I think I am this body, you may advance in your so-called scientific knowledge. You are a fool. This is called jnana. And vijnana, practical application. Jnanam, vijnanam, then astikam. Astikam means to believe in the injunction of this heart. Astik. That is called theism. One who does not believe in the just like Krishna is advised in the Bhagavad Gita. One who believes in the words of Krishna, he is astic. One who does not believe, he is nastic. This is the astic and nastic. So our nastic definition means one who does not believe in the Vedic instruction, he is called nastic. The Brahmana masti astikam samagama svapasaucham khanti ajvamevacha jnanam vijnanam astikam brahma karma sabhav. If you acquire these qualifications, then you are Brahma. So it is very difficult. Simply, there is no training center throughout the whole world. There is no such training department. There are many departments of knowledge. But how to create an ideal Brahmana, there is no education. There is no education. Therefore, the Brahmana is considered to be the head of the body. Just like we have got this body, this head is to be considered as Brahman, and the arm is to be considered as Khatri, the belly is to be considered as Vaishya, and the leg is considered as Shudra. So as to maintain this body nicely, you must everything in order. The head, brain must be in order, the hand, arms must be in order, the belly must be digesting food and getting energy, and the leg also must walk. Similarly, Seshe Karmani Nirata, never mind, you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. If your aim is to keep the body in order, then either you become Brahmin, either you become Kshatriya or Shudra, everything is in order. That is equal. Unless these instructions are followed as given by Krishna, he comes, jada jada hi dharma sadrani bhavati. He comes there. He leaves this instruction. If you take advantage of this instruction and make your society, family or government, everything according to the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, then everything is perfect. Otherwise you are doomed. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
If any would like to ask the Divine Grace, please just come forward and speak to the microphone so everyone can hear. Swami, is there any truth in the belief that if two persons marry each other during a certain specific time of the year, their marriage will be more prosperous than would otherwise be the case? He's asking, is there any truth to the statement that if two people marry each other at a certain time, their marriage will be more auspicious or prosperous than at others if they marry at other times?
Marriage. So, according to Bhagavad Gita, married life is equal. Sex under marriage rules is permitted. Dharma viruddha kamosmi. Sex lives, ahara nidra bhayamaitham. These are bodily necessities. Eating, sleeping, sex and defense. Ahara nidra bhayamaitham. So that these four kinds of necessities are there in the animals also. The dog also eats, sleeps, sex life and defense. Then what is the difference between the dog's life and man's life? The difference is the dog's life is not regulated under religious principle. The man's life is regulated under religious principle. So under religious principle, if you arrange for sex life, then it is good. Otherwise it is dog's life.
Any other questions?
Swamiji, throughout the world, the kind of religion that is practiced hasn't seemed to help to solve the problems. We find that people throughout the world are ill-fed, ill-clothed, and ill-housed. Do you think a movement of this type could solve the problem?
Yes, I already explained what is meaning of religion. Religion means to render service to God. If you do not render service to God, that is not religion, that is cheating. Therefore in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Dharma prodhita koitavatra parama nirmasaranam satam. That cheating type of religion is completely rejected from Srimad Bhagavatam. That is not dharma. Therefore Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. This is dharma. Dharman tu sakshat bhagavat pranita. Dharma means the codes and the law given by God. So God says that to surrender unto Him. Mamekam saranam. So if one does not surrender to God, that religion has no meaning. It is useless.
Other questions?
Swamiji, I would like to ask you one question, and that is, in this time of Kali Yuga, is it possible that a layman could see the Paramatma with his naked eye? And if he can, what he has to do or follow?
The Paramatma cannot be seen with your naked eye. You cannot see anything with your naked eye. You are very much proud of your eyes. But you do not see things as they are. Just like you are seeing daily the sun, you see it is just like a disk. But it is not a disk. It is 1400,000 times bigger than this planet. So, you cannot see God, Paramatma, by these eyes, these material eyes. You have to create your eyes. That is said, Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilopayanti yan shyama sundaram achinta gunasarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham vaja. You can see God or Krishna when you have developed a love for Him. Otherwise you cannot see. This is the formula. You have to develop your, that is explained in the Bhagavad Gita in the 7th chapter I was speaking yesterday. Maya sattamana pratham yogam junjana madasya asamsang samagrama yatha kasya. So this is practice how to see God. But in this Kali Yuga, as we have mentioned, Kali Yuga, it is very simple thing. What is that? The simple thing is, Kalau dosha nidhi rajan hi asti eko mahanaguna. In the Shastra it is said, this Kali Yuga is full of faults. So many faults. It is the ocean of faults. But there is a very nice thing eko mahan guna, a very great quality. What is that? Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha parambali. If you simply chant Hare Krishna mantra, then you become perfect. Is it very difficult? Chant Hare Krishna and you become perfect. But we are so unfortunate, we are not even prepared to chant. This is our position. So you have to make little determination that I shall chant henceforward Hare Krishna mantra. Then everything is well.
Other questions?
Now you chant Hare Krishna, let them die. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari जय परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी भगवान की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। देव द्वारका धाम की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू देयर समिति। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू देयर समिति। थैंक यू वेरी मच।